Hi POPSUGAR, sweat trainer Kayla Itsines here, and today I'm going to take you through an express abs workout. Now this is from my new BBG Zero Equipment program. Let's get started. So the first exercise that we're going to do is a caterpillar walk and half burpee. Now I'm going to talk you through this nice and slow, and then we're going to get into a few reps together, and I'll also give you a bit of a modification as well. So we're going to place our hands on the ground. We're going to walk out into a high plank position, making sure that our wrist and our shoulder is in line. We're going to brace. We're going to make sure we don't drop our hips down. We're still in that push-up position. Once we reach this position, we're going to jump in, back out, and then we're going to walk ourselves back up into a standing position. Okay, so let's break that down again. Hands on the ground, we're going to walk out, brace, jump, jump, and walking back. Now, if you don't want to do that jump, you can actually walk yourself out. You can walk in, walk out, and then walk yourself back. Now let's get into a few reps. Straight into some high knees now. Now there is a difference between running on the spot and high knees. So when you're running on the spot, you're like this. When you're doing high knees, it engages your core more. So you're gonna bring your knees up nice and high. If you need to gauge, just have your hands out, touch your knees to your hands as you're running on the spot, and you should feel your abs and core really engage through this movement. Bent leg jackknife. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start in, so your knees are in, your hands are touching your ankles. You're gonna release out like this, bringing it back in. Now the reason that my head is off the ground is because if I lower my head to the ground, I notice that my back arches like this. So what I do is I lift my head up, and as I lift my head up, I press my lower back into the floor. Now this isn't the case for everyone, but this is what feels comfortable for me. So my knees are in, releasing out and back in. Now, if I go up higher, that makes it easier. If I go down lower, that makes it harder. So just do something that feels comfortable for you. Okay, so we're getting into an X mountain climber. So what you want to do is set your position first. So you want to press away. So you're pressing away from the floor, making sure your wrist and your shoulder is in line. So once you've done that, set that. Make sure in that high plank position, your core is on. And instead of doing a traditional mountain climber where you're running your knees inwards, you're actually running your knee to the opposite elbow. Now you can walk this out. It's completely up to you. Or you can run it from side to side. Like the X mountain climber, the setup is really important. So the setup for the side plank and hip lift is your elbow and your shoulder is in line, and then your knee is in line with your elbow. So you're gonna press yourself up and make sure that is all in line. And then you're gonna drop your hip down towards the floor and come back up. Hip down towards the floor and come back up. Now, if you wanna make this a little bit harder, you can stack your feet and do the same thing. We're into an alternating Superman, but in a high plank position this time. So we're pressing away from the floor in that high plank position. We're gonna transfer our weight to one hand while we move the other hand behind our back, and the same on the other side. Now it's really easy to sway with this, so try and keep your hips as stable as possible. That core's on, glutes are on, and that hand just goes behind the back. And our last exercise is flutters. So both of our legs are out, and we're just moving in small movements up and down our feet. Now you don't want to go too high, too big, with just these small movements at the bottom here. So once you've done this, you've got a 30-second rest. You've got 2 more laps to go, and then you're done. So 3 laps in total. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this express workout from my new BBG Zero Equipment program. Now, these workouts are all under 15 minutes, and they are great for anyone who is short on time and wants to get an awesome workout in. So if you love this workout, check out the Sweat app.